Welcome to another video here on the channel, and in today's video I have some gameplay of new Smugglers Run update. So a quick heads up before I begin is I want to apologize for not uploading for the past few months, and to be honest, I just didn't feel like playing GTA anymore. I felt like it was dying. I just didn't have fun playing GTA unless I had like a few good friends with me, and I even had $12 million saved up for gun running. But when the update came, I bought everything. Not everything, but most of the content. But I still didn't make a video on it. I kind of regret it because I feel like I missed out on an opportunity for my channel to grow. And I did lose a few subscribers, unfortunately. I want to apologize for the people that unsubscribed. And, I'm sorry I couldn't meet your expectations. And that's entirely my fault. And, I want to thank you guys for 10,000 views, though, and 79 subscribers, so thank you for that. And I believe, I just want to thank you guys for the support overall, with the likes. And even leaving a dislike, it lets me know you don't like my video and you want me to improve it somehow. So, yeah, thank you for that as well. And right now I am doing a smuggling mission. So the way these smuggling missions work is they're kind of like a mix between biker supply runs and CEO crates. So basically you just steal crates, right? And they, I think each crate is worth $10,000. So unlike CEO work where you have to pay for the crates, here you just get them for free. And each crate gives you $10,000. So, for example, if you're selling 10 crates, I think that'll be $100,000. And I believe Ron does get a little cut of your pay, so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to be showcasing a couple of vehicles, and one of the best ways to test vehicles before you buy them in this update is to do the air freight missions, which are basically the smuggling missions. And basically each time you start up a mission, you get a new aircraft to fly, and you can use that for the mission, and it lets you get a feel of how each aircraft is and which ones you like and which ones you don't. So this aircraft here is called a Rogue. It's extremely nimble and agile. I don't know if it's nimble because it's not. It's actually pretty. The wingspan is actually pretty big, but it's definitely agile. For example, even if you just tap the rudder, it turns quite a lot. So it is something you have to get used to. Now the weapons on this stock are machine guns and missiles. The machine guns are kind of bad. They're what you would see on the Ruiner 2000 or the Night Shark or even the Blazer Aqua, so they're not that good. They're worse than the ones you would see on the Buzzard. And I guess you would just have to stick with missiles if you're trying to keep it stock. But you can actually upgrade these aircraft in your what do you call it, in your hangar. So I will be showing that off in a bit. I will be showing you the customization of my Rogue in my hangar. But this aircraft right here is called a Starlight, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys, it is absolute garbage. Now, you might be wondering why. It looks like it goes pretty fast, and keep in mind, most of these clips are on a double speed, just so you don't get confused. But you see that yellow bar on the bottom left corner of the screen? Now, the way this aircraft flies is through a boost. Now, the boost refills over time, and that's the only way this plane actually has thrust. It doesn't actually have any, other way of propelling through the air. So basically you have to wait for the boost to save up. So it's kind of like you use the boost and then you have to kind of glide for a few miles. Not a few miles, but maybe a half a mile, and then you can use the boost again. So it kind of sucks for me, and the weapons, the stock weapons are pretty trash too, so it's up to you if you want to buy it. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you do, sure, go ahead. Now this is the only helicopter from this update, and it's actually one of my favorite helicopters in the game right now, and this is the Hunter. So the Hunter comes with two missile types. It comes with homing missiles and barrage missiles, or barrage missiles, I believe. Forgive me for my pronunciation. But, basically homing missiles are homing, and barrage or barrage missiles are basically maybe 4 or 5 missiles at a time, and it's just really overpowered. And if you look closely at the front of that helicopter, there is also a machine gun, or I think, just a gun in general. And I believe that's controlled by the co-pilot. So unfortunately, to get the most out of this helicopter, you do need two people, one pilot and one co-pilot. So that is a bit unfortunate. I know some people like being one-man armies or one-woman armies, I guess, and they just like being able to man their helicopter completely on their own. So unfortunately, if you want that, this is not the helicopter for you. But just the missiles are also pretty overpowered. Just the missiles alone. As you guys can see, I can quickly clear out an area of enemies just using the missiles. And one of the ways it triumphs over the Savage is that even if you if you've ever flown a Savage, even if you tap a telephone pole or just touch anything in general, it just does like a backflip and just blows up. The Hunter actually is much better. It's more stable. It doesn't wobble around as much, so it definitely beats the Savage in handling. So this right here is the Nakota. This is another aircraft that I like. Unfortunately, this aircraft hasn't been included in this update. It's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. If you want a detailed summary of this, you can go over to Mr. Boss for the Wins channel. He actually has a whole timeline of when everything is going to be releasing and its price. So if you want a very detailed summary on this, just go check out his channel. And I think I'll just leave like a link to that video. So yeah. So on the Dakota, it comes with stock machine guns, and the machine guns are pretty garbage, as I've mentioned before, as they were on the Rogue. You basically, I guess you should just stick with the missiles on this as well. I don't know why the machine guns aren't explosive by default. That's how it should have been. But, Rockstar, I guess they wanted you to pay a little bit extra for cannons. So, yeah, so if you do want to put explosive cannons, that's not a problem. All you have to do is pay another 240,000, I believe. So, yeah, and these missions are actually kind of fun compared to, like, some of the other missions in this game. Like, the CEO work and the vehicle cargo and even the biker stuff, it gets really repetitive after a while. This seems kind of fun to me. It doesn't get boring because each air battle has its own I guess differences, like so each one has its own touch. Okay, so this right here is the Rogue. I actually got this Serve trade price for 1.2 million, and I'm actually planning on buying some other aircraft in the game as well. I'll be doing videos on them later on, but for now I am going to be showing you me customizing my Rogue. So the Rogue, actually I think all the aircraft that came with this update, you can upgrade the armor, and you can upgrade the engine, and you can also upgrade the handling. And there's also a section called countermeasures, and I'll explain those in a little bit. But basically you can put liveries, you can change the color, you can put explosive cannons, you can even put homing missiles, and that does cost extra. So it costs $240,000 for the cannon, and I believe another 200K for the missiles, I think. So yeah, it's just up to your creativity. You can make these however you want. You can get some really good color combinations as well, along with the liveries. So you can kind of just imagine this is Benny's for aircraft. So yeah, if you do like the aircraft in GTA 5, this update is really meant for you. And the countermeasures, basically, those are basically flares. So a lot of YouTube channels, especially channels like Pyrealm Gaming and even Mr. Boss for the Win, have made wish lists for GTA 6, or I don't even know when that's going to come out. But they're basically always saying that we want flares on aircraft. And, I guess Rockstar finally listened to the community and they put flares. So basically what flares do is if someone locks onto you with a missile, you can just deploy flares, and what they basically do is they misguide the missile. And I'll be showing you how that works a little bit later on, like a demonstration of it. But yeah, the Rogue is actually pretty agile. You'll see right now, I was just getting used to flying it. Literally not even like 20 seconds in the air and I already dived into the nose. And as you can see, it didn't blow up, and I think that's because I had the armor upgrade on it. So I guess you should upgrade the armor. It might save your life. So yeah. And if you were reading the caption on the top left, you actually have to pay for vehicles. Like, you have to call Moore's Mutual Insurance to pay for your vehicle. So let's say your airplane blows up, you have to call Moore's Mutual, pay $1,000, and then you'll get your airplane back. And you can also customize your other Pegasus aircraft, like the Savage, for example, and the Bessera as well. You can get some really cool colors on these. So I went with the sunrise orange. Yeah, sunrise orange on a black, yeah, metallic black with pearlescent sunrise orange. And you could just go crazy. You can customize your entire fleet of aircraft. So I kind of like that about this update. All right, so and like as I was saying before, you have to call Moore's Mutual Insurance. So as you can see, I'm calling them, and I just paid $1,000 for my airplane. And what's really cool is now you can call your aircraft from your vehicles menu. So you open up your interaction menu, and you go to vehicles, and you can call in your aircraft. And they also added a new car. I kind of forgot about it. But if you want to buy a new car, they also did add that. So this is a demonstration of how the flares work. And you can also have smoke, and what the smoke does is it kind of like, I guess, uh, disorients the enemy. So as you can see, my friend launched a missile at me, and I just tap X, and it launches flares, and I can avoid missiles like that. So it's actually a really good feature that they added this. This one was kind of a fail. I kind of used the flares a bit too late. So always use your flares before the missile gets too close. It might save your life. For example, like right now, all my moving parts got shot off, and I kind of just plummeted to my death. So you want to be careful of that. So I guess that basically sums up this video. I guess I'll be doing a more detailed video on the Rogue tomorrow or something. And I might be doing more videos on the other vehicles as well. So stay tuned for that. I will be starting to upload more. And I'm just really sorry about that. These past few months I haven't been uploading. So yeah, I guess that basically sums up this video. So I guess thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video.